She hadn't eaten in 2 days, yet the first thing she did was apologize. "I'm sorry. I just need one slice of bread." "I can pay for it," she whispered, her trembling fingers holding out a few wrinkled coins. Behind the bakery counter, the cashier's face turned to stone. "No, miss. We don't sell one slice. You have to buy the whole loaf." People in line sighed, impatient. The young woman, Amelia, lowered her head, shame burning her cheeks. And that was the moment a deep, calm voice from behind her changed everything. "Give her what she needs," the man said, "and put the rest on my bill." Amelia turned and froze. He looked like he'd stepped right out of a magazine cover, tall, sharp jawline, and eyes so warm they melted the morning chill. But he was also holding a stroller, a CEO, a billionaire, a single dad. She had no idea then that this single act of kindness would rewrite both their lives. Rain had drenched the city that morning. Amelia had been walking for hours, desperately searching for a job, after losing her last one when the cafe she worked at suddenly closed. All she had left were overdue bills and a stomach that growled so loudly she was afraid people could hear it. She entered the nearest bakery, hoping to buy anything with the little money she had. Instead, she was met with humiliation. The cashier treated her like dirt, and a few customers even snickered. She just wanted to disappear. And then he stepped in. His baby girl was fast asleep in her stroller, her cheeks rosy and her curls soft. His suit looked far too expensive for this small bakery, but his eyes held no judgment, only kindness. "Sit down," he told her gently. "Eat first." She shook her head. I didn't ask for charity." He replied softly, "It's not charity. It's humanity." Before she could protest, warm bread, soup, and tea were brought to her table, all on his instruction. As she ate, the man sat across from her, rocking the stroller with one hand. "I'm Ethan," he said. "Amelia," she answered, embarrassed. He smiled. "Nice to meet you, Amelia." For the first time in weeks, she felt safe. Ethan Carter was a legend in the business world, the youngest self-made CEO of a tech empire. Headlines called him ruthless and untouchable. But today, he was just a father, trying to keep his daughter, Lily, comfortable after a feverish night. His wife had passed away 2 years ago, leaving him to rebuild his life alone. He looked at Amelia and saw a familiar pain in her eyes, quiet strength, the kind he had learned to recognize in himself. "Do you have a job?" he asked. She gave a weak laugh. "Not anymore." He looked at her, a thought forming in his mind. He stood, leaving cash on the table. "Come with me." She froze. "Where? Why?" He nodded toward the stroller. "I need someone kind to help with Lily, and I think you need someone to believe in you." Just like that, Amelia became Lily's nanny. She moved into Ethan's large but lonely home, a place filled with expensive furniture but empty of laughter. Lily adored her instantly, clinging to her like a little shadow. Ethan started to notice the changes. He noticed how Amelia hummed softly while cooking, how Lily giggled more, how her presence warmed rooms he didn't even realize had grown so cold. But he also noticed her hiding tears late at night. So one evening he finally asked her, "What happened to you before we met?" Her voice cracked. "I ran away from a home that didn't feel like home. I had no one. I still don't." He shook his head. "You're not alone anymore." Ethan found himself lingering in the kitchen whenever she cooked. Amelia found herself blushing whenever he caught her looking at him. They started sharing quiet breakfasts and warm late-night conversations. The staff whispered. His friends teased him. His daughter even began calling Amelia Mama Leah. But fear held them both back. Amelia was scared she wasn't worthy of a man like him. And Ethan was terrified of loving someone again only to lose them. One morning, Amelia left early to pick up medicine for Lily. On her way back, she slipped on the rain-slick street and injured her arm badly. Ethan panicked when she didn't return on time. When he finally found her sitting on the sidewalk, drenched and trembling, his heart nearly shattered. He knelt beside her. "Why didn't you call me?" She whispered, "You're my employer." "I didn't want to be a burden." "A burden." His voice broke. "Amelia, you're the reason this house feels alive again." He stopped. She whispered, "You what?" He looked into her eyes. "I care about you more than I should." more than I ever expected. Tears filled her eyes. Ethan, I care about you too. Ethan insisted she rest. He stayed by her side, cooking for her, reading to Lily, and checking on her arm. One evening, as she watched him laughing with his daughter, she realized she didn't feel like an outsider anymore. She felt home. Ethan walked over, took her hand gently, and said, "Stay. Not as an employee, as family. As Lily's mother, as the woman I love." Her breath caught. "You love me?" He smiled. "I loved you from the moment you tried to buy just one slice of bread but still had the dignity to pay for it." A year later, that same bakery had a special table reserved every Sunday morning. Ethan, Amelia, and little Lily sat together, sharing fresh bread. There was no shame, no hunger, no loneliness, only love. As they laughed, Ethan lifted Amelia's hand and kissed it. "I told you," he murmured. "We're never alone. You just needed someone to remind you." She smiled back, her eyes shining. "You saved my life." He shook his head. "No, you saved mine."